Woman is upset because things didn't go her way. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more thought-provoking stories. Let's get into it.
I've been single for a long time. I go on these dating website advice things, and I read recently that a woman should offer to pay for 50%, half the dinner on the first date. So they said men would definitely say no, but they'll appreciate the effort. Well, the last couple of times they've said yes. So I thought, this backfired. Let me see. My question is, do men really appreciate it? And should women offer to pay for half on the first date?
No, they don't appreciate it, and you shouldn't offer it. It's just, look. You know what? I really get sick of dating sites trying to play both sides of the fence. You want to match a woman up with somebody, but then you want her to be this totally independent, standalone person. Well, guess what? A man can't be an independent, standalone person. A man, a heterosexual man, is nothing without a woman. Zero.
Okay, there it is. Let's think this stuff through. Let's logic this, okay? A heterosexual man is nothing without a woman. Is Elon Musk, would he be okay being unmarried the rest of his life? Would he still be productive? Would he still be competitive? Would he still be successful and happy? People pandering to us will say is that competitive, successful men need us. They do not need us in any way, because masculine men are going to do what they're going to do regardless of if you're there or not. Men that do things for women, they're simps. Masculine men do things for themselves or because to follow God or maybe their purpose. A guy like Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter and launch rockets into space, with or without us. There's no building a man. Behind every great man is a great woman. It's a load of crap. They just say that to make us feel better. That's all pandering.
Ask any heterosexual man and he'll tell you, without women, this don't work. This is nothing without you.
You can tell he's pandering. Now he's giving a speech that makes women feel good. Yes, he should pay for everything. Yes. He should do everything. Yes, I want to get the ring. And look at the audience. It's overwhelmingly unattractive women.
I definitely appreciate what a woman can bring to the table. I definitely appreciate that. I definitely appreciate the ideas and the recommendations and suggestions that they can give. But a lot of that stuff I was already doing. And it's just, hey, I saw you were doing this. Maybe this might be a more efficient way to do it. You know what I mean? But it's not like I'm just sitting here waiting on you to tell me what to do and where to go. No, I'm already doing it. I was doing it before you got here. And as long as I live, I'm probably going to be doing it. So yeah, I don't really necessarily need that. I love having that, but you got to get it in your mind and in your head that just like you're saying, men need women, women got to stop and cut out that I'm strong and independent nonsense. I don't need no man nonsense. You need to be telling them that. And just like we need you, we need you, you need us. Why don't you say that? Nah, I'm not going to do it.
Steve Harvey is the greatest simp of all time. Steve Harvey's advice, while it might have worked a few decades ago, is outdated for today's dating scene. He's still operating under the assumption that men should be bending over backward and breaking the bank just to have a chance with a woman. Like it's some sort of privilege to throw money and effort at someone who's not even reciprocating. The reality is, times have changed. Women and men make the same amount of money, and the dating game isn't what it used to be. The whole men pay for everything model doesn't fly anymore, especially when most of these women don't even respect the effort being put in. Men are expected to take women on multiple expensive dates, only to hear the same tired excuse of, I don't feel chemistry, or worse, get friend-zoned and strung along. It's like a game some women play, reaping the benefits while never intending to commit or give anything in return. And let's be honest, men are fed up. Who wouldn't be? Paying for dinner after dinner, investing time, energy, and money into someone who knew from the start they weren't interested. And then they act surprised when men start to walk away, angry, frustrated, and no longer willing to play the game. The consequences of that manipulation? It's on them, 100%. Women who play this game, hoping to milk the dating scene for free meals or validation, are creating their own loneliness in the long run. Men are wising up to this and refusing to be the backup plan, the wallet, or the emotional sponge. And that's why guys are pulling back, refusing to chase or pay for expensive dates unless they're sure it's a two-way street. The days of men footing the bill while getting nothing in return are over, and honestly, that's exactly how it should be. So, yeah, Steve Harvey's advice? It's a fast track to loneliness for women who follow it because men aren't playing by those outdated rules anymore. Women who expect men to still live by that standard are in for a rude awakening when they realize men want equality in the dating world, too. If she's not willing to give as much as she's asking for, she'll be the one left behind.
I'm about to start my 75 soft. And, I guess it's good timing because I just got dumped. And now I just get to spend the next 75 days focusing on myself. I slept on the floor of an airport for 11 hours. Spent so much on flights to go out there and only see him for maybe 3 hours a day, if that. I can't even be mad at him. I told myself that if it wasn't him, that I wanted to marry someone like him or just like him. I guess this is how I'm starting my 75 song. At basically rock bottom.
Here's the thing. When a woman like that gets dumped by a guy like Chad, it's always the same story, right? She thought she could change him, thought he'd commit, or believed she was different from all the others. But in the end, Chad does what Chad always does. He moves on, leaving her.
Dry it up. Dry it up. Crocodile tears. Been telling you, don't do it. Stop it. Man's treating you a certain way. Don't go for this man. Stop it.
Her in the dust. And now she's crying on the internet, playing the victim, like she didn't see it coming. But let's be real. Everyone saw it coming except her. She fell for the same old trap, chasing after the guy who gave her just enough attention to keep her around, but never enough to truly be there for her. Meanwhile, she probably ignored a good guy or two along the way, thinking they weren't exciting enough, weren't alpha enough. And now, here she is, heartbroken, pouring her sob story all over social media, hoping for sympathy. But the truth is, she put herself in that situation. She chose the bad boy, the one who wasn't going to stick around. She played the game and lost. And now, she's realizing that the guys who are actually stable, respectful, and willing to invest in her are the ones she brushed off. The crying? It's not just about the breakup. It's the realization that she bet on the wrong guy again. This is what happens when you prioritize excitement over stability, when you confuse thrill with love, and when you chase after guys who are never going to settle down. Women like her need to stop acting surprised when the Chads of the world do exactly what they've always done. Use, discard, and move on. She knew what she was getting into, but now that it didn't go her way, she's looking for someone else to blame. But in reality, she played herself. It's a cycle, and until she stops chasing the guys who aren't serious and starts valuing the men who actually want to build something real, she's going to keep ending up in this same position, crying over a guy who never cared in the first place. Blame it on Chad if you want, but the responsibility lies solely on her. She knew the game, and she lost.
Give me a moment to show you why dating today is so hard for women. They're constantly going after men that really don't want them, just want their cheeks. Take a look at this. Watch this.
He's literally on his way up here and I have like a few minutes, but I wanted to make sure I recorded this just in case, we get married because I really like it. But yeah, so I don't know what tonight's gonna be like and I'm excited to see what he plans on doing tonight.
Okay, we got a woman who's excited about a man who's coming to her crib. Clearly she likes him. She wants him, right? She got her best makeup on. She put on her war paint. She got on her best outfit. She did her hair. She got all ready. And let's see how it's going to go at the end of the night. Take a look.
So he ended up telling me that he wasn't ready for anything serious and that I deserve better, and that's how the night ended. Just an update.
Yeah. How much y'all want to bet he still clapped the cheeks? See, this is the diabolical work of dating. How much you guys want to bet that that man still got the cheeks? How much you want to bet he ain't take her out on no date? He ain't take her out on no date. So on one hand, you got women that don't really like a guy demanding that they take them to the finest of steakhouses. And then on the other hand, you got women that actually like men who will let them clap the cheeks without taking them nowhere after he tells her that you deserve somebody better than me. I'm no good for you. But I'm going to still annihilate your cheeks. Ladies, when a man tells you that, that means he does not want you. He's over there just to get some cheeks. And then he's pew.
Here's the thing. She thought that just because he slept with her, it meant he was genuinely interested. But that's where she got it all wrong. He gave her the truth afterward. He wasn't ready for anything serious. And yet, how many times do we see this happen? It's the same story over and over again. The real issue is that 80% of women are chasing the top 20% of men. Guys who have options, guys who don't need to commit because they have women lining up for them. These men aren't looking for anything serious, but women convince themselves that if they just sleep with him or give him what he wants, he'll magically fall in love and want a relationship. It's a fantasy they refuse to let go of. Women will overlook the nice guys who would actually want a serious relationship, who are genuine, respectful, and willing to invest emotionally, only to chase after men who see them as another option in their already crowded roster. These women are blinded by the allure of the top-tier men and the excitement that comes with it. They can't see the reality, that these men don't really want them for more than a short-term fling. But here's the kicker. When things fall apart, when she's left wondering why he's not texting her back or why he's not taking her seriously, the blame gets placed on the men, instead of acknowledging her role in choosing someone who was never serious from the start. She thought sex would be the ticket to commitment, but it never was. She mistook physical attraction for emotional investment. The truth is, a lot of women need to come to grips with this harsh reality. Just because a guy sleeps with you doesn't mean he wants to build a future with you. If anything, it's a clear sign that he's just enjoying the moment, not planning a future. Women need to stop believing that they can change a man's mind through intimacy and start recognizing when someone is simply not interested in more than a casual encounter. Until that happens, we'll keep seeing the same cycle. Women chasing the top 20%, ignoring the men who genuinely want them, and ending up confused and heartbroken when those top-tier men don't stick around. It's time for women to stop playing themselves and start looking for men who actually want what they want, not just someone who's there for a good time, no matter how exciting that might seem in the moment.
If you're going on a first date with someone, do you expect for plans to be confirmed like at least the day of, like some kind of communication confirming plans? I made plans with a guy a week ago. And we talked like here and there throughout the week, and we were supposed to go out last night. We were supposed to go, and I was like, hey, I'll meet you there, because you know how I feel about picking me up or anything like that. No, I'll meet you there. It's fine. We're supposed to meet somewhere at 8. I didn't hear from him Thursday. I didn't hear from him Friday. I didn't hear anything from him Saturday. As far as I'm concerned, you're ghosting me. Like, we're not talking anymore, right? Like, there's no way you're still going to show up at this place on Saturday. Even if you didn't talk to me at all, Thursday, Friday, all day Saturday, some point Saturday, you'd be like, hey, confirming we're on for tonight at 8, or hey, when you get there, I got us a table. I'm this person at the bar. Like, we have never even met before. So anyway, come Saturday morning, I'm like, you know what? I haven't heard from him 2 days. I'm already making other plans for Saturday. I'm already trying to figure out something else I can do because I think that it's not a thing, right? Whole day goes by. Whole night goes by. I go out, do other things. This morning, I wake up to a text message from him saying, it was nice meeting you last night, ... Sir, no part of me believes you went there last night. No part of me believes that you sat at that bar last night waiting for me and did not text me last night and came up with some kind of thing to text me this morning. Absolutely zero part of me thinks that happened. I think, here's what I think, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. I think you had other plans, you went out and did other things, and it didn't work out the way you thought last night with whatever other girl that you thought you were going out with or your guy friends, whatever. And this morning, I was like, oh, I should reach back out to her and see if I can double down and make her feel bad and come back crawling back and be like, oh, yeah. No. Absolutely not. You did not talk to me for 3 days. You did not confirm. I am not going to go sit by myself at a restaurant hoping some guy shows up. And if you cannot do something as simple as even hold a conversation for a couple days or confirm plans that I'm pretty sure in the first place I made or I suggested, it wasn't even like you planned something and I didn't show up. I am not going to, what kind of relationship would that be if you cannot even do that to start off the relationship? I just blocked him and I'm moving on. But am I wrong here?
Here's the thing. She didn't even bother texting him to confirm the date, and now she's sitting there acting like she's surprised it fell through. How does that make any sense? It's like she expects him to do all the work, set the date, follow up, and show up, while she sits back and does nothing. The reality is, if she really cared about seeing him or if she was genuinely interested, she would have texted him, even if just to confirm. But she didn't, and that speaks volumes. It's another classic case of women wanting all the effort to come from the man, as if they're just supposed to sit back and be catered to without lifting a finger. She didn't prioritize the date, didn't make any effort to check in, and now she's probably blaming him for not following up. But why?
Chivalry isn't dead. Chivalry's not dead. It's just locked in a safe right now. And the only way to open that safe is to act like you have some common sense. Pretty simple. But for modern women, this is a tough thing to do.
Why should he? Men want to see some effort too, especially these days when the dating scene has become so one-sided. Why is it so hard for her to just send a simple text? It's not about playing hard to get or waiting around for him to chase. This is just basic communication. If she didn't even care enough to confirm, what does that say about her interest level? Women like her need to stop putting all the responsibility on the guy and start owning up to their lack of effort. If she was really interested, she would have done something as simple as sending a message, but instead, she didn't. And
how is this going to be a partnership if you're expecting him to do all of the work? Like the narrator was saying, he's doing everything. He's got to set the date, plan it, figure out how you're going to get there, like literally everything. Like you just get dressed and you show up. I don't know what you think this is, but this is a relationship, right? And that doesn't mean that he doesn't treat you, but we're equal. We're on the same playing field. Obviously, there's a way that you treat a woman. Obviously, I get it. But what are you guys thinking is supposed to be happening out here? Well, he didn't send a car. He didn't do this or he didn't do that. Okay. I mean, just because he's not doing that doesn't mean that he doesn't have any interest in you. You guys keep on saying we're equal, but then you want another type of treatment. Most men are generous men. They don't mind giving you everything that they have if you will return it. But a lot of modern women, they don't return it. And they be on TikTok just like you, shaming men. How about, what happened to the days of complaining to your girlfriends about a man? What happened to staying off of social media and just having these talk? I could see if it was, ladies, look out for this man. He almost did this to me and I almost got in trouble. He almost took me away and did horrible things to me. Share that information. Hey, be on the lookout for this guy. He's doing whatever he's doing. It's not right for humankind, for humanity. But you're out here trying to expose men, and there might be another side to the story. Even if you want to come in and say, hey, this man is trash because he did this, this, and this. Now, on the flip side, I could have reached out to him. I could have said, hey, I'm just confirming. I'm just trying to see. And inserted maybe what you could have done. Then men could be like, yeah, that guy was a jerk. But more and more modern women get up on here and they say only what the men did to them and nothing about what they did to the man. Once again, regardless of attractiveness, the aesthetic is going to be there. If we look at her nails, her sunglasses, her shirt, the little makeup that she tries to put on, the way they try to present themselves, they present themselves as queens, as princesses. And because I present myself this way, I'm expecting automatically a man to do these things for me, while saying that I'm equal to him, while saying that this is a partnership. But In my mind, me being elevated over him means that we are equal, because maybe, and I'm just spitballing it, maybe for so long we were underneath them, and now we're trying to get our get back, trying to get our lick back. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. The best a man can do is give you an opportunity to be with him, to be together with him, and he with you. You guys give each other an opportunity. You guys do this dance to where I take care of you, you take care of me. It's not going to be sunshine and rainbows and roses all the time, but I'm dealing with the stuff that you got going on. You dealing with the stuff that I got going on. You take me out, you treat me well. Guess what? I take you out and I treat you well. I sent my man to the barbershop. I paid for it. Hey, man, I took him over here to this, whatever he likes to do, this lounge, and we just sat there. And that's not really my style, but I go over there for him. I really don't like going. So I sent him, I bought tickets for him and his boys and just sent them. That's what you guys want men to be doing. Sending you on girls trips and think, oh, my man paid for everything. He really, thank you, baby. That's what they be doing. And y'all don't be modern women don't be wanting to do that for men. I know a good number of women actually that do that for their man, and they're in successful, healthy relationships. Why do you think that is? Because they're reciprocating the energy that a man gives them. But you get on here thinking that you don't have to do anything. These women are out here working. These women are out here thinking critically. That doesn't mean that they're perfect. That doesn't mean that they don't be going back and forth with their man, that they don't have arguments, but they be doing for their man just like their man be doing for them. Get it through your minds. You're not going to get a man and keep a man with all that nonsense you got going on and just sitting, looking cute, licking your lips and fluttering and flipping your eyes with your little eyelashes and stroking your eyebrows and all that other stuff. And stop it. Stop it. Men, we didn't see that playbook before. What else you got? What else? There, that question again. There it is again. What else do you bring to the table? What else you got?
Wondering why nothing happened. She missed her own opportunity and has no one to blame but herself. At the end of the day, men aren't mind readers. He's not going to jump through hoops if he's not getting any signals from her. She needs to realize that effort goes both ways, and if she's not willing to put in even the smallest amount, she can't be upset when things don't go her way.
Men are not allowed to have preferences, standards, and boundaries. It happens to be the case that men are attracted to younger women for a myriad of reasons. And when I say younger women, I mean adult women from 18 and up. They've done studies on this. They ask men of all ages. The peak attractiveness that they see in women is between the age of like 20 and 22 is what men find the most physically attractive. It's kind of funny, like we don't shame women for y'all preferences. You want a guy who's confident, rich, funny, charismatic, all these things, right? But men, we have different preferences than you guys do.
Here's the thing. Men are visual creatures, and that's just the way it is. It's not about being shallow. It's primal. It's instinctive. For men, attraction isn't something they can be guilt or shamed into feeling. Yet, women will often try to manipulate this natural instinct, trying to control what men should find attractive or how they should behave. We see this all the time, where women will shame men for preferring younger women, claiming it's shallow or unfair. But let's be real here. For men, it's about biology. Younger women around 20 to 22 are in their prime for reproduction. They're the perfect candidates, not just for attraction, but for long-term family building. They've got youth, vitality, and the years ahead to have children and raise a family.
You like vanilla ice cream? No. You sure you don't? Yes. You really, really should like it. I don't. Well, eat it. Eat it until you like it. No, I'm not going to do that. You like a bad bee? No. You sure you don't? Yes. Are you really sure you should like it? I don't. Well, consume us. Consume us until you like us. Consume us. Be around us. Talk to us until you accept the fact that we're going to be boss babes and strong, independent women. No, not going to do that at all. Keep dreaming.
Which is what many men are instinctively wired to look for. But instead of accepting this, women will try to shame men for it, forcing them into this mold of political correctness, as if they can dictate a man's natural desires. They'll criticize men for going with what makes them hard, but at the same time, they manipulate those same desires to their benefit when it suits them. Women know exactly how to play into what men are naturally attracted to, and they do it to gain attention, resources, or validation. Yet when it doesn't work in their favor, they're quick to blame men. The fact is, women need to stop trying to control how men feel or what they're attracted to. It's biology, it's instinct. Men aren't going to settle for something they don't truly want just to fit into some societal expectation women have created. Men go for what they're naturally drawn to, and women should stop trying to manipulate or shame them into feeling differently. Women have mastered the art of using their looks and youth to their advantage, so they shouldn't act surprised when men choose based on what works for them, too. In the end, it's women who are trying to have it both ways, benefiting from their attractiveness when it suits them, but crying foul when men make choices based on their own primal instincts. Men aren't wrong for being visual or for being drawn to younger women with more reproductive potential. That's just nature, and blaming men for following their instincts isn't going to change that.
You want to hear a really funny first date story? The reason that I don't trust men and the reason that I think they all suck, and you might as well get a hot rich one because they're all going to suck and ghost you and cheat on you and love bomb you, so it doesn't really matter. Pick a hot rich one. Last week I went on a first date and he got his VIP tickets to the Anderson .Paak concert, and in advance of the concert he was like, I'm going to pre-order us an Uber Black so we can go together. It's like an hour drive from the west side over to the Hollywood Bowl, and so we met in advance and got a drink before taking the Uber over, and while we were getting our drink or whatnot, he was like, oh, I got you a gift, and I was like, that's kind of weird, that's kind of a lot, and he was like, no, it's like cute, funny. And turns out the gift was like a little teeny one of those like portable fans, and it also like had a USB to charge your phone. And he was like, yeah, I got it off Amazon. And he was like, it's the Hollywood Bowl and it's West LA, like it might be hot, I didn't want you to be like hot or sweaty. And I was like, actually kind of cute, put it in my purse, right? Okay, then we ordered the Uber Black, and he's like, I also brought us some snacks and to-go wines for the Uber Black. It's an hour-long drive, right? So he whips out a bag of nuts and 2 cups with like wine to go in this Uber. So I'm like, damn boy, like if he wanted to, he would. Then we have the 1 hour Uber Black there. We listen to Anderson .Paak. It's like cute R&B, sultry, what have you. We're bring back, and he's like, I would love to do something else, well, yada yada. We like held hands during the concert, we like kissed, not made out, just kissed. So we go to another bar, we have like a nightcap, what have you, and he's like, should we get a dessert? And I was like, I don't know, maybe too much. Anyways, my friend had told me, she'd been like, don't do anything with him, like if you like him, don't do anything with him. So I was like, sent his ass home, I was like, we're not going to do anything, because I actually thought it's all checks out. Concert, Uber Black, snacks in the car, fan for me at the concert. Like, what? Then I get a text from him that night telling me what a great date he had. Then I get a text from him the next day telling me how he'd had time to reflect on it and he was like super interested and intrigued and all this stuff, right? And I screenshot it and I sent it to my friends and I was like, am I being love bombed? And they were like, no, Eve, this is what healthy communication looks like. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, this was a great first date. And I like reciprocated, and I was like, what a wonderful first date. It was so nice to meet you. Like, it's such a good time, yada, yada. I reciprocated his energy, right? Want to know who I haven't heard from in 10 days? Yeah, put a finger down.
Here's the thing. The guy clearly did everything for her. He put in the effort, went above and beyond to show that he cared, and yet she couldn't even meet him halfway. That's the problem right there. Women expect a man to go all out, but when it's time for them to step up, they offer the bare minimum and expect to be praised for it. It's unfair and exhausting for men who are genuinely trying. Women need to realize that relationships aren't one-sided. You can't expect a guy to do everything while you sit back and act like your mere presence is enough.